Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Alice in Wonderland. This is the 1951 adaptation of Lewis Carroll's original story of the Adventures of Alice in Wonderland. This is about an hour and 18 minutes long, and it is a classic for a reason. Uh, I'm pretty sure I've seen this as a kid. I don't think I've watched it the whole thing through as an adult. So this is kind of this was I am counting it as something brand new for me. Like I said, maybe I was 5 and I saw it, but it's kind of thing in that era. Didn't even VHS tapes didn't exist yet. It was still a matter of catching it on TV at random. And I'm certainly not old enough to have seen it in the theaters when it was originally out. Although, who knows? Maybe I saw it at school or who knows. But the point is that this is something that it was kind of like a fresh experience for me. It's unlike the live action remake that we've had a couple years ago with Johnny Depp as the Mad Hatter. This is almost story free. uh, in the remake, they make an attempt to have motives and battles and whatever else, an attempt at a story. This is Alice just sort of napping and her imagination, where she wants everything to be just kind of absurd and she's tired of learning serious things. She just wants things to be a little bit strange, and it turns out that when she follows a white rabbit down a hole, things get very, very, very strange. Stranger than the Jefferson Airplane song. So, yeah, which again, this is such an iconic thing that songs have been written about it. So many references have been made, even just to the most minuscule portions of this film. What's most amazing about it is not just the animation, but the character creation, the world creation. Just so many odd creatures and characters that don't get any explanation. There's no, what's the origin of the beasts, the creatures that look like horns, or the glasses creatures. It just doesn't. None of it really makes sense, and it's not meant to. I imagine this might be like an interesting drug trip. She's taken mushrooms at different points to become bigger or smaller. Um, maybe this is all a big drug reference. Who knows? But yeah, this is one of the. Speaking of going back to animation, one of the fun things about this is that, particularly Alice, maybe her mother or teacher, I'm not sure who she is in this. She's reading to Alice at the beginning. Um, she she's completely voiced and performed live action. The animation was drawn based on her movements that were filmed. Her name's Catherine Beaumont. She's 11 years old, pretty much, when this was filmed. So anytime you see her moving her head and her body, just in all these things, that was captured from actual video film back then. Film. She was filmed doing all these actions, speaking these words, and then they animated it, which, I mean, it's a great reference point to go from. But holy cow, that's a lot of work. That's just some crazy stuff. Today we have motion capture, where you put little ping pong balls all over somebody in a cat suit, and they do their motion, their movements, and stuff like that in Avatar, and suddenly, you know, that character comes to life. Gollum or Thanos or pretty much anybody does their acting in a movie, and a computer renders everything that needs to be done. Yes, there's a human element, obviously, to create the details, make sure everything is right. The computer doesn't do all the work, but it's still a matter of a lot of the capturing of the movement is taken care of. And that is a lot. It's a big difference between going from a computer capturing everything and then fine tuning it and painting it and putting all the detail on it, as all computer animators do, comparing that to a guy at a drawing board, essentially tracing, I guess. I'm not sure what the process is. There are videos out there, by the way, that show you what she looks like. And she's in her full Alice in Wonderland dress. She looks like Alice. Of course, she sounds like Alice. She is Alice. And yeah, it's kind of a really cool thing. Along the way, she meets a number of just strange characters. Of course, the Mad Hatter, played by Ed Wynn, who's just whoa, just I'm not even going to try to do it. I did a very, very bad attempt right there. But Ed Wynn is like a Disney icon who's just done so many different voices throughout Disney history and also live action too. But yeah, he's unmistakable in this, and it's a. I mean, you realize that when they have to animate this, but they have to animate it off of a story that's not really a story. They just sort of have to create utter nonsense and just and it's comedy. It's story to a certain degree, and it's just madcap craziness between him and the rabbit, not the March Hare, sorry, the March Hare, and the Dormouse and everybody else at the tea party, and it works. It's almost magic the way it comes together. Cheshire Cat, of course, is one of the most iconic characters from this, and I just didn't realize how twisted and almost evil he is. He just messes with Alice incredibly, even if it means her own life at the hands of the Queen of Hearts, who is a pompous, bloated madwoman herself, who demands everybody bow to her wishes. Yeah, there's so many. Obviously, there's so many different iconic characters that come through this thing. It's strange now to see them in their original form that came out in the film. I've ridden the ride at Disneyland. I've seen the characters in Disney Infinity Game and all sorts of other places and little tchotchkes you can buy at Disneyland and things like that. But it's another thing to see them in their original form, and it's. Like I said, I probably saw this as a kid, but that part of my brain is gone. It's been overwritten so many times, so this was a new experience for me, and it was fun. It was interesting. I can't say it's my favorite Disney film by any means, but I understand now fully the madness and the talent, and just I don't know. I'm so used to story-driven things that. I have to understand that Alice in Wonderland is meant to be almost like a walking into a circus of animation, just craziness going all around, and she's our avatar. We follow her through, and just all this craziness happens all around her and all around us as we soak it in. It's the kind of thing that you can easily put on in the background, I think, if you're just wanting a little nostalgia and you're just cleaning the house. You can hear all these familiar sounds and feelings and voices. It'll bring you back to your childhood, especially if you grew up with this. And you're even older than me. So it's on Disney Plus, obviously, so you can watch it there anytime you want, over and over again. I think we only have one more Alice in Wonderland. We have the sequel, the live-action sequel, to watch, unless there's another one that starts with a different letter that's in the list. I don't know. But yeah, we saw the original live action many months ago, last year. So let's pick tomorrow's.
471.
471. Oh, we're getting out of the low numbers finally. 471. Oh. It's been since December since we've seen something from this franchise. December. I said December, right? December, not September. December, and it wasn't even a proper movie. It was like shorts. I can't remember how long it's been since we saw a proper movie. But we're back in the Star Wars realm. And by the way, I have plans for March the 4th. going to be watching The Bad Batch, the new animated series on Disney Plus. But we're going to look at all the vintage stuff also coming up in the first week, the first 5-6 days, all the vintage stuff all around The Bad Batch for the beginning of March. So I thought for sure that we're going to go forever without seeing any more Star Wars until then. But nope, we got one here. We have the beginning of the sequel trilogy, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. So, all right, we're watching The Force Awakens on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow. May the Force be with you.